A&E departments are stretched like never before. Record waiting times and relentless pressure. Bed blocking is also at its highest levels, so patients waiting on trolleys in corridors has become a worrying new norm.
What's A&E?
I was climbing over a fence last night and I caught my hand climbing over.
Robert was seen quickly here today, but his past experiences are typical of A&Es up and down the country.
The last time I came in, I was here for quite some time, about 3 hours, and I still wasn't seen, so I was a bit reluctant to come in.
And new national figures for the NHS in England paint an even bleaker picture. The target for hospitals is for 95% of patients to be seen within 4 hours. In December, Yeovil District Hospital was one of the country's best at 94%. But the average for hospitals across England was only 86.2% of patients being seen within that time frame, the worst official figures on record. And now the Royal College of Emergency Medicine has said their data shows January was even worse, with performance in A&Es dropping yet further to 79%. But for consultants like John, there's a tough reality behind these figures.
But we still have our times when we get close to running out of space, or we have to sort of brief episodes of time where we're actually overly full.
His A&E department performed well, but even they're not immune to the pressure and problems.
The things that concern me most is the ongoing rises in demand, the ongoing issues with recruitment and retention of staff, and making sure that we can provide good quality care 24 hours a day.
And what do you need?
We need a bigger space for the number of patients that we have, and I think we need to make sure that we are doing things differently going forward.
But for now, frontline staff are working tirelessly just to keep services afloat.
Over the holiday period, obviously, is challenging because our GP colleagues, aren't open like we are. But again, we've got our escalation process that we put in place.
The chief executive at Yeovil has had to introduce new ways of coping. To help with bed blocking, they now hire beds at a local care home. But long waiting times, he says, can't always be avoided.
Nobody wants people to wait longer than they really need to in an A&E department. We are very focused on that, but we're also make sure that patients are clinically treated in the best way and as quickly as possible. So it will mean sometimes that people do wait longer than 4 hours, but that sometimes is clinically appropriate.
NHS England says its frontline services came under real pressure in December, but the prognosis going forward doesn't look any better, with January's figures set to be even worse than this record low. Sally Lockwood, News at 10, Yeovil.